Hello and welcome to Theme Park Information. In today's show we've got a review for the Cedar Fair Platinum Pass. Now this is a pass which allows you to go to any Cedar Fair park you like during the year, as many times as you like. It's around $200 or so and it's generally really good if you need it. Now, to discuss whether or not you need it or not is actually completely down to you. It depends on how many parks you're going to, how many days you're going to the park. I'd highly recommend having a tiny bit of time, doing a bit of research, and see exactly what sort of cost you're looking at prior to booking it. Because you might be really pleasantly surprised that you don't need it, or you may decide that actually it's a great way of doing your trip. Now, what parks does this include? So there are 11 parks. They're spread up and down the US and Canada. You have Canada's Wonderland. You also have Knott's Berry Farm. You have California's Great America. You have Dorney Park, you have Michigan's Adventure, Kings Island, Kings Dominion, you have Cedar Point, you have Worlds of Fun, Valley Fair, and you also have Carowinds as well. Now, in fairness, these parks are pretty spread out, so you can easily link some of them very nicely. So one of the ones I've done previously for the trip is Canada's Wonderland for a couple of days, Cedar Point for like 3 or 4, and then a day at Kings Island as well, and that worked out very nicely and was a great use of the card. I also did it on my last trip when it was Michigan's Adventure, Cedar Point again, Dorney Park, and then we also had Kings Dominion and Carowinds as well. And again, slightly different because it wasn't always a couple of days here, but effectively it still worked out nicely. Now, what are the other benefits other than free entry into the park? You also get free parking, which, bear in mind, that's about $20 a piece. You can see how that needs to kind of be taken into consideration while deciding whether or not to get the ticket. And also, you can add a food option to it. You can also add drinks and photos. So, depending on if you are obviously going in, for example, the summer, you may decide to get like the drinks bottle as well, which allows you to get free refills. And they're about $30 to add on, and you can easily spend that. Very easily. And for example, the same with the food, most meals will cost around $10, $15 or so, and even though the dining plan is quite expensive, around about $100, you can see how you would probably use it 2, maybe 3 times a day, and you could easily rack up the meals on that. So it very much is down to how long you're going to be in the parks, it's down to how many parks you're going to and for how many days. But I'd like to think that effectively there's a tipping point where effectively you're going to like 5 parks and you're going to spend a couple of days, 2 of them worth it. If you're going to go to maybe let's say 3 parks or weekdays and you're going to spend like 2 days at one, 4 days at another, and 1 day at another one, worth it, because effectively you're bypassing the actual parks season pass themselves, and day and 2-day tickets are probably going to be quite expensive. So judging by that, they're the examples where I'd usually go to. Then the links I'd say are get it. Whereas, for example, I've done the California and Knott's parks and decided not to get it because I was spending a day each one, and effectively it was like 4 times as much. So it very much depends on your holiday plans in general. Obviously, it's one of those things, it's entirely down to you what to get. I would say if you are getting it, it works amazingly. Picking it up and getting it is incredibly simple. Effectively, you fill all the form out online. You can get the picture taken at the park. So obviously you don't have to worry about it looking at the date or anything like that. And effectively picking up and going in is really, really simple and easy. Effectively, it's very don't need to have to worry about parking at that park. They effectively will see you have the pass available and will let you go through as well. Just make sure you prick up the tickets at the right park. You have to book them up at the park you booked with. So, for example, we have done it where we booked tickets for Michigan's Adventure. We had to pick up the tickets for Michigan's Adventure. We couldn't pick them up at Cedar Point or vice versa at any other park. So that's something to be very much aware of. And at the same time, in fairness, the passes themselves work amazingly. I've not really ever had a problem with them. They've never, failed. They never not worked. They never not scanned us in. So they are generally really good. And you'll be surprised how many times you add days to a park, or if you arrive slightly before you should on a certain day, you will go and visit the park, which has happened before for us for Cedar Point a couple of times. So it's very much dependent, but they are well worth getting. They're easy to use, and generally speaking are pretty good value for money as well. Even if you actually end up getting all possible add-ons to it as well, you'll still find them pretty valuable. Obviously, if you're just going to a couple of parks, probably don't bother with them. But if you're going to effectively for a theme park tour or trip, then they're well worth it. And I'd highly recommend getting them. Hopefully this has answered any questions you have about whether or not to get it in the upcoming year. Obviously, feel free to ask any questions below and I will try and answer them. Obviously, I don't work for Cedar Fair, so I might find it a little bit difficult. Obviously, all the information is available on their website and stuff for that, so you might just be better off going there. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video and I'll catch you guys on the next one.